Triumph has announced a host of updates for its 2023 line of Street Triple 765s, which includes the addition of a special Moto II edition of the 765s, which is the most expensive Street Triple to date. But is it worth the price? But first, let's talk about the updates that are going to be affecting the entire range of 765s, starting with the design. So the tank and side fairings, as well as the front valence and the belly pan, have all been redesigned, and I quite like the new tank and side fairings. It has a stronger sense of direction, and the side fairings work more cohesively with the tank. I don't like the new belly pan as much as I like the belly pan on the 2022 version. I don't think that it works as well with the exhaust, and it's kind of just stuck on there and feels a little bit cheap. Maybe in person it might look better, but that's my take on the belly pan. This model year gets the full LED lighting treatment front and rear, as well as a quick shifter up and down on all the models, and the bars have been widened by 12 millimeters, giving the rider more leverage over the bars, which leads to more confidence and accuracy through turn. The big changes to this motorcycle are coming by way of the engine. Triumph has been the engine supplier for Moto II, and they've taken all those learnings from racing and applied them to this new motor. And it seems like just about everything has been updated. New conrods, camshafts, a higher compression ratio, new valves. The list goes on and on. They've got a shorter gearing ratio, so you're getting better acceleration. And all of this has made it up to a higher flowing exhaust, so we're getting higher outputs throughout the entire range, class leading outputs in the case of the RS in the Moto II with 128 horsepower or 130 PS, and even in the R, which is slightly detuned, you're still getting 118 horsepower or 120 PS, and the full range is rated at 59 pound-foot of torque or 80 newton meters of torque. So significant engine upgrades for this year. And to make them more manageable, they've included an enhanced cornering ABS and cornering traction control that can be found in the full range of 765s. The R does not have the full range of electronics, and because of that, it will have a different dash, one that you'll might recognize from the Trident. It's still a very user-friendly and intuitive display, but it's not the 5-inch TFT display that you find on the RS in the Moto II. The R, coming in at $9,995, also comes with a set of Continental Conti Road tires, which is an all-season tire, and the R comes in a silver and white color scheme. The RS, coming in at $12,595, comes with a set of Pirelli Diablo Super Corsa SPV3 rubbers, and I've done a full run through of the Pirelli line of street tires. Click this link up above if you're interested in that. These tires will also be found on the Moto II edition. The RS does come with the full electronic suite, the 5-inch TFT full color display. Part of that electronic suite is a full range of rider modes with different throttle maps for each mode. One of those modes, which is rider mode, is a fully customizable mode so that the rider can set all of the electronics as they see fit. Turn them off, turn them up, turn them down, depending on how they're riding and the road conditions and this type of thing. And there's a full track mode, which essentially turns off all the electronic assists except for in like emergency scenarios. But otherwise, you're going to be able to have some wheel spin and some sliding conditions that you might find more regularly in a track scenario. With the full electronic suite, you can opt to upgrade it to the My Triumph connectivity package, which gives you Bluetooth and turn-by-turn nav, which is pretty cool. The RS also comes with an updated rear suspension. It has an Öhlins fully adjustable rear suspension. It's also equipped with a 10mm spacer in the rear so that the entire rear end sits a little bit higher, which means the seat also sits higher than on the R. This is all meant to achieve slightly sharper turn-ins and handling on track. The RS also comes with 4-piston Brembo Stylema calipers and 310mm rotors up front with a single piston Brembo brake out back. The RS also comes with a cowl cover, and in the tail you have a USB charge ports for your phone or any other electronics. And it comes in 3 different color schemes: silver, red, and this super hot yellow, which is quite bold for Triumph, and I like it. Speaking of bold, that brings us to the Moto II edition. For $15,395, what do you get? Well, for starters, you get a host of carbon fiber parts, right? Carbon fiber side panels, you get carbon fiber front valence and belly pan, and a carbon fiber front fender. Obviously, the color scheme is a Moto II livery. It's super vibrant. The biggest adjustment on the Moto II version is the updated front suspension. You now get a 43mm fully adjustable Öhlins front suspension, and you get clip-ons that lower the bar position by 80mm, which is a little over 3 inches. And the Moto II edition comes in 2 different colorways. The one you see here, which I'll call highlighter green, and then you have a white variant that has this lime green or highlighter green subframe color. And each of these colorways are produced in only 765 units. Each one is numbered on the top triple clamp, so there's definitely a level of exclusivity to this bike. Now, is it worth it? My first thought was, well, why don't I just buy an RS and upgrade the suspension and I'm track ready for throw a couple $100 pair of clip-ons on it, we're good to go. And in doing a little bit more research, I came to find out that just purchasing the Öhlins front suspension is going to run you a little over $2,000. Then you add on the carbon fiber, add on the clip-ons, and you're easily up to that $3,000 premium price point that we see on the Moto II version. But I really think that this Moto II version is a collector play. Because it's numbered, if you really want to take a bike out to the track and beat on it, I'd probably want to take the RS, maybe upgrade the suspension, and then not feel bad about tearing it to shreds on the track. With this Moto II edition, there's only 1,500, a little over 1,500 in production. So if I'm a collector, I've got 2 other bikes in the garage and some disposable income, this could be a good 5, 10, maybe 15-year investment that maybe you take to the track a couple times a year, but it's not going to be comfortable as a daily rider, and you're not going to want to really beat on it because it's a limited edition, and you're not going to be able to replace it most likely. At least that's my take on it anyway. If you're looking for something that has a little bit more torque and is offered at a sharper price point, then watch this video. It's an MT-09 review of the bike that I'm riding right now. Maybe that's more your style. In either event, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.